Hello and welcome back to Halo Reach on PC. Today we'll be looking at Forge. Now since the game wasn't released with my favourite game mode, I had to mod Forge into my game. That's right, the first ever mod for Halo Reach. Well, on PC at least. There's a tutorial at the end of the video on how to install it. I saw that a channel called Halo Follower showed his reaction to this mod and how to install it, but after watching, it left me wondering a few things. He skimmed the details with what you can actually do with this mod. Forge World, the ultimate Forge map. I mean, it's in the title, right? In this modded version of the map, you'll find an unlimited budget and a bunch of new vehicles to play with. Let's start with the most lame one. I mean, all you can really do is sit in this one, and of course, fly, as with any other Falcon. Get out of here, you machinima piece of crap. The next Falcon variant has the most overpowered gun in all of Reach. I mean, the sheer damage that each projectile does alone is dumb. Let alone how fast you can spam this thing. And this is just the gunner seat. The pilot can shove 30mm cannons into enemies' mouths as well. This Falcon gets a yeet out of 7. This is the last Falcon on our list of new things. It has chain guns on the side that deal decent damage, isn't that the normal kind? But they do overheat, so stick to burst fire where you can, boys. Fly, little Falcon. This one's pretty decent. Unfortunately, you can't get in the passenger seats of this transport hog for some reason. Other than that, I mean, it's a warthog. Did you expect it to fly or something? Great for machinima, crap for everything else. Are you prepared for the hottest new ride in Reach? The Golf 909er 420. Also, mostly useless, but very, very cute. Oh, and like a few other vehicles on this list, it has a backup beep sound. Cute. Up next we have the Forklift, known all across Reach as the sickest ride with the sickest drifts. Overall, 0 stars. I died using this thing in the campaign. Next up is this Jeep from the first mission. You can sit in the side, but not in the back. The cart wouldn't blow up, so like any sane person, I took the proper precaution. This thing is pretty cool actually. It handles better than a Warthog and has better acceleration. I'd give this ride a mongoose out of 10. Oh, and this is where I figured out that you don't die underwater, which means underwater maps. Hello Rapture builds. It's from Bioshock, look it up. I had no idea this was a thing until just here. But this is pretty damn cool. We're not quite done with vehicles yet. Yeah. So I saw the floppy physics on this thing and I made a new sport, question mark. It's in early development. Stupid thing. Here we go. I heard the waterfalls were nice this time of year. Now, the aim is to land on the island. It didn't quite work out. I give this truck, out of, There's this Oni van too. So I thought naturally, I'll take it for some downhill riding. Basically the moral is, the new cars aren't that fast. But they are built like a bloody tank. This fan thing is pretty good. Oh yeah, and then there's the fuel rod shade turret from the start of that one mission. You know, the one that starts with the war and stuff? It's pretty okay at blowing stuff up, but there's no way I'm sitting in this thing against a tank. I'm in a little push and it just falls over. Okay, so I gave it a few pushes, like 5, who's counting? Shade turret is fairly meh out of yeah. Now for the properly cool vehicles. You've already seen this one. This is the Saber from that campaign mission in space. It functions perfectly, and you just know with the unlimited spending on this map that someone is going to make the trench run from Star Wars. Someone do this, please. Or a Battlefield style map with this as like a jet. I mean, come on, this thing is f***ing awesome. And the Covenant Serif is in too. It's a little hard to find the door in this thing though. I think with an Easter egg you can fly this in a campaign mission, but holy crap does this thing move. It's got 2 firing modes, just like the Saber, and if I'm not mistaken, it feels a little faster too. Dogfight game modes. Someone do it, please. I used this Serif to test the outer boundaries of the map. This is me flying down Skull Mountain. You know, I never played one of those wingsuit games, but this feels pretty close. You can go anywhere in the distance, basically, but there are death barriers if you go insanely high or super duper like sideways out of the map. This Serif is 420/69 out of 10. Same goes for the saber actually. I saw in the video that I learned about this mod from that there was a large flat landmass outside of the canyon here, so I thought I'd check that out. The water's a little interesting. But this is heaven for forgers right here. A massive area to build on that's almost completely flat. I mean, you can build anything out here, right? Right? Unfortunately, because this is essentially the first mod for Reach on PC ever, you can't actually build outside of the original map yet. If you try, it kind of sucks you back into the forgeable area. I mean, it's kind of fun to travel this fast. Whee! But despite the unlimited funds and buildings you can place in this mod, we're still just a little bit limited. Around the mountain it's a little dodgy because if you come from the outside edge like I do, you can forge inside the mountain, but I found if you try to come from other directions you can just die. Now this has extended a great deal from the original maximum limit. I placed grids at the corners so you can see just how large the area is. Hopefully one day soon we can forge anywhere we fly. Man, I went really high up. Can see pretty much everything from up here. It's cool to see how much effort Bungie put into the background back in the day. Another thing I found out is that outside the normal area, the water has collision and acts like land. When you sprint on it, it slows you down too, so it could be a cool little map element if you guys want to test it out on Forge. As you can see where the proper water starts to fade in here. And finally, after testing the limits of this mod, there are a bunch more forgeable objects that have been added to the game with this mod. I took the liberty to place everything in the room for you guys. Now, since I didn't have Xbox Live for a while when I had this game like on console originally, I spent a lot of time in Forge. If you ever played as much Reach as I did when I was younger, you'll get a kick out of playing this mod, I'm telling you. All I ever wanted to do was have unlimited everything and fly anywhere, and now we can. This is just the first mod to be released for this game. Personally, I can't wait to see the kind of stuff we can do later on. I mean, Reach could turn into the new Gary's mod. Here's hoping, right? Some of these objects have special attributes like that tombstone before. It makes a weird noise when you get close. Unfortunately, a lot of these next objects are labeled as doors, but they don't actually open. They're just more for looks than anything. I could imagine using these for all kinds of building designs though, especially these great looking Mother Hubbards here. If you have OCD, you'll probably flip it out at the placement of these things. But I put lights up in the room so you guys can see things a little better. Now these are cool. We have smaller rocks you can place in Reach, but we never had a tree that you could place, like an actual tree. One this big can easily be the center point of like a small map. There's a bunch of miscellaneous items in here too. Since most of the stuff is brought straight from the campaign, it's all got proper physics and destruction. Hell, there's even like 3 kinds of driftwood you can put in. These are all crates and stuff. I mean, obviously. There's so much more we can add in the way of detail to maps with just these things alone. More natural looking cover, and for machinima, this mod is a godsend. I mean, just this mod alone might revive that community. I used to watch Arbiter 617 and Red vs Blue and others that I can't really remember right now. And I can imagine how they could come back to not just Reach, but the other Halo games too, with the amount of customization will be afforded. This is something weird I noticed with this elite drop pod. If you shoot it, like damage it in any way, it kind of spawns the front panel and shoots it off. If you're wondering why my aim is weird, by the way, that's the other limitation to this mod at the moment. You have to have a controller to go into edit mode. I know, it's super lame. These destroyed vehicles are pretty cool too. The effects like from smoke and stuff. I mean, you could just shove a pelican in now. There's a few new barriers and such as well. It could be cool for invasion maps. There's like 3 new types of man cannon, Forerunner, human, and like a gravity lift. Or 2 gravity lifts even. The human one sounds like a jet engine. But the grav lifts automatically push you at their max height, which is really cool. Last, but definitely not least, are the Spirit and Phantom objects. You can't fly them, but they're fully collisioned, and as I found out later, the Phantom can be blown up. Stuff like this, I really hope it brings players back to this game. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you want to see more potential mod reviews like this one in the future by leaving a like and commenting your thoughts so I can tell what you guys want to see more of. Coming up is the installation tutorial, so if you just stopped by to look at the mod, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys out there.
Suicide.
First off, you're going to want to go to this Reddit post. All the links you'll need are in the description below this video. Click on the link at the top and then select the download button. It might ask you to give it permission to download onto your hard drive. Make sure to select yes. Don't worry, it's perfectly safe, I did this myself. At the top, it should have a download bar. Forget the account creation if you can't be bothered. I didn't. You can click on the bar to expand for more information. Once the download is complete, give it a second for your download to appear in your folder. then right click on it and select Show in Folder. From here, use 7-zip or WinRAR to open the archive. Don't close this, just leave it open. Now follow the other link below. Check you are picking the edition of the software you want. I want the automatic installer in English, so I click the download icon. Extract this executable anywhere, run it, and select the installation options you want. Next, find the folder with your Halo Master Chief Collection files. I have a dedicated SSD with my Steam library on it, but generally, you'll find this in your C drive. Programs files ×86, Steam, Steam apps, and common. Here I have my Master Chief Collection folder. First go into the folder marked MCC. Then Content, Packs. Now copy this file. Ignore the extra file here, that's my bad. Make a new folder and name it Backup inside the main directory. Inside the Backup folder, have one folder for your unchanged files and one for your modded files. This is to make sure you don't load modded files and get flagged as a hacker by the anti-cheat system. Paste your unchanged pack file here. Now open the application you just installed. Select File and then Open at the top left. Navigate to the original pack file and open it. You can copy the directory from the header up here and paste it into the other URL, and then click on the file and select Open. You should see a bunch of numbers and letters and things. Now press Ctrl and G to open this menu. Type in this code exactly with capitals 1E302110. Find where your cursor has been placed and replace the 00 with the number 27. Now press Ctrl G again and type in this code 1E2F52D0. Find your cursor and, you guessed it, replace the numbers with 27 again. Finally, press the Save button at the top left. Copy your changed file and put it inside your modded backup folder. This prevents you from needing to do all that nonsense again. Now go to the archive you opened a while back and copy the Halo Forge file to the modded backup folder as well. Awesome, just one more step now. Go back to the main Master Chief Collection folder, click on Halo Reach, then Maps, and scroll down until you see the file Forge Halo. Copy this into your original backups folder with the old pack file. I delete this because I've already done so. Now simply drag the archived file to replace the one you just deleted. And there you have it, you just modded Halo Reach. And now, when you launch the game, please make sure to launch without anti-cheat, the bottom option, as launching with it could possibly get you banned. Be careful, gamers. To switch back to the old version, simply go to your backups folder and copy the files back into their original locations. Delete the modded files and replace them, as you should have all the replacements in your backup folder. I'm sure one day someone will create a launcher to make modding easier and faster, but for now, it's not so bad, is it? If you made it this far through the video, thank you so much for watching. Doing a second outro. Leaving a like helps me be discovered, so please do so if you enjoyed the video. Otherwise, you can share this with mates who might be interested. Alright, I'll see you guys out there. Peace.